friends and welcome to Obsidian Soft. In today's class, we will make a quiz app that will get questions from the database. In the last tutorial, I taught you how to develop a database questions app using which you save questions with the answers in the database. Today, we will make a quiz app that will load those questions from the DB, that is the database, and users can attempt that quiz. The quiz questions app can be used by parents or teachers to make interesting educational quizzes, and children or students can have fun trying to answer those questions using the Take Quiz app that I will teach you today. So let's begin. Go to Projects, start a new project, name it Take Quiz app. Upload media. I will be uploading a background image and sound effects for correct answer and wrong answer. For screen 1, make align horizontal center, align vertical center. For the background image, choose the image that I just uploaded. Make sure to press OK and change the title to Take Quiz. From user interface, drag and drop a button here. Rename to Start Quiz button. Make background color white, font bold. Font size 20, shape is rounded, text is Start Quiz, and text color I'm going to give it a custom dark blue color, so bring it up and choose a darker shade. Go to Add Screen, name it Quiz Screen. For this screen, make align horizontal center. Choose the same background image as screen 1. From layout, drag and drop a horizontal arrangement. Make align horizontal center, align vertical center, and make the width fill parent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate it. So to duplicate components, press Command C, Command V for MacBook or Control C, Control V for Windows, but make sure that you select the component first. Command C, Command V, Command C, Command V. Okay. So now how are the properties different? For the top arrangement, which I'm going to rename to Result Section, the background color is yellow and the height is 15%. For this middle arrangement, rename it to Question Section, the background color is none and the height is 30%. For the bottommost arrangement, rename it to Answer Section, background color is none and height is 20%. Okay, so duplicating saves time. Now, what will come in these sections? The result section will have a label, so go to user interface, drag and drop a label here, rename to result LBL, make font bold, font size 20, width is fill parent, remove the text from it, and make the text color dark blue. Copy this color. Now for the question section, drag another label here, font bold, font size 20, remove the text but make the text color white. For the answer section, I'm going to drag and drop a text box here. I'm going to rename it to Answer Text. I just noticed that I forgot to rename the question section's label, so rename it to Quiz LBL. Okay. So coming back to the answer text, make the background color white, font bold, font size 20, width is 70%, hint is enter answer here, Now I'm going to drag and drop a label here, but this is just for spacing, so I'm just going to remove the text from it and make the width 2%, and I'm going to drag and drop a button, rename to submit button, make background color white, font bold, font size 20, width is 25%, the text on it says submit, and I'm going to make the text color custom color, and I'm going to paste the color that I had used for the result label. Okay, and I also have to make the shape rounded. So again, we can duplicate this button with the same properties. So Command C, Command V. Now I have to bring it out because I want it below these arrangements. Okay, rename it to next button. Okay, I'm going to rename this, remove the 2 from here. And for the next button, the only way it is different is that its width is 40% and the text on it says next. Okay. Now from storage, drag and drop a CloudDB here. And for the CloudDB, use the properties that you used in your quiz questions app. Do not use the properties that I will be using here because they point to my database that is on my free REDIS Cloud account. I've already explained how you can get these properties for your own database in the video about creating the free REDIS Cloud account in detail. So kindly do not use these properties that I will show you right now. Okay. So I'm going to get my properties. So my project ID for the previous app was QuizDB and server address was this one. Again, do not use exactly these properties. Your properties will be different for your account. Server port goes in Redis port and the password goes in token. Make sure to uncheck use SSL, very important. Also add a sound component from media for playing our sound effects. Okay. Now let's go to the block section. Choose screen 1. Very simple code for it. When our start quiz button is clicked, I want to open my quiz screen. So go to control, get the open another screen block and choose quiz screen. Now choose the quiz screen from here because we have to write code for it. First, we are going to make the global variables. I need 2 lists for my questions and answers. Questions, go to list, get the create empty list block, duplicate, rename to answers. Duplicate, but this is not a list, it's a number and this will be our scores. So in the beginning, when the app is started, it is 0. Duplicate, and this is a question number. And when the app is started, it is 1. Now we need to load these 2 lists when the screen is initialized. So go to quiz screen, get its initialize event, and we are going to call the CloudDB GetValue procedure with the tag questions. Make sure to use exactly the same tag that you used in the Make Quiz app, that is the DB Questions app. And value, if not there, is an empty list, so we can duplicate it from here. Duplicate because we have to call it again for answers. Okay. Again, the tag should be exactly the same as the previous app. As you know that the GetValue triggers the GotValue event of CloudDB. So go to CloudDB, get the GotValue block, and we have to check the tag, and depending upon its value, fill up the appropriate list. Okay, so I'm going to get the control block and get the if then else block, and I'm going to get the compare block from text. Okay, and tag getter, hover over it to get it. If it is equal to my questions tag. So duplicate it from here to avoid spelling mistakes. And if it is equal to questions, so I have to fill up my questions list. So if I just hover over it, I can get the set block for it, and I'm going to assign it whatever has been returned inside value. And in the other situation, that means the answers have been returned in the value, so fill up the answers list. Let me actually rename it to questions list and answers list to make it clearer that it is a list. So when both the questions list and answers list have been returned, we need to show our question to the user. Okay, so I'm just going to make an empty procedure by going to procedures and getting the topmost procedure and naming it show question. I'm going to write the code for it later. So how to know if both the questions and answers have been filled up? We can be sure of it when they both have the same size. So I'm going to go to control and get the if block, and I'm going to go to maths and get the equal to block. Okay, and I'm going to go to lists and get the length of list block and get the questions list. So if the length of my questions list is the same as the length of my answers, this means that both have been filled up. So it is time to show the question. So go to procedures and call show question. Okay. So what comes inside the show question? As long as our question number, which was initially 1 when the app was started, is less than or equal to the number of questions inside our questions list, that is the length of the questions list, we can keep on showing questions. So go to control and get the if then else block and go to maths and get the equal to block and choose less than equal to here, and go to variables, get the get block, choose question number here, and we can duplicate this length of questions list block from here. So question number is less than or equal to the number of questions inside our questions list. We are going to set up our question by going to question label and getting it set text block, and I'm going to set it to the item in my question list that is indicated by the question number. So go to lists and get the select list item block, and the list is our question list, so we can duplicate it from here, and the index is our question number, so we can duplicate that too from here. Okay, and we are going to set our result label to a text block. Answer the following question. Else, that means we have shown all the questions and the question number has become greater than the number of questions in our questions list. We're just going to make all the components on the screen invisible except the result label that will show the score. I'm going to set my result label dot text, so I can duplicate it from here, and it's a join of 4 things. So I can click on the cog wheel and add 4 strings here by dragging. Change the text to score colon space and go to variables, get the get block and choose score from here, and another text block I can duplicate from here and make it slash and the length of my questions list, because that is the total score. Okay, so you get a 1 for every question that you answer correctly. Okay, just notice this mistake. I accidentally made the result label invisible, so fixing that and changing it to question label. And also I'm going to increase the font size of my result label to 30. Okay, so let's come to the submit button code. Get the click event. So when the submit button is pressed, I am going to check the answer. So get the if then else block from control, get the compare text block from text, get the uppercase block from text 2, because I don't want to consider an answer wrong if it is in a different case than the one stored in the database. Go to answer, get its text block, duplicate, okay, and also make this equal to, and I'm going to remove this, and on the right hand side it will be the answer. So I can duplicate this because this is the question and plug this in here and change this to answers list. So this is the answer for the question number. And if the answer is correct, I'm going to set my sound source to the correct sound, success.mp3. I am also going to set my result label to a text block that says correct, and I'm also going to add a 1 to my global score. So get the set block, choose score here, maths block plus get block, so the current value of score, and from maths 1. So I've added a 1 to my score, and if the answer is not correct, I'm going to set my sound source to the wrong sound effect, and I am going to give the correct answer to the user. So this will be a join. The correct answer is space and then duplicate because this is the correct answer stored in the database. And when we come out of the if then else block, we have to call the sound and play it. And I have to empty my answer text. So an empty text block. And I also have to hide my submit button. Okay. And last but not the least, the next button code. So get its click event. And I'm going to add a 1 to my question number so that I'm ready to show my next question. So I can duplicate this +1 block and I can change it to question number. I will also make my submit button visible. So make it true. And then I will call my show question procedure. So this is done, the code for our Take Quiz app. So I hope you like this video. Do share it with your friends and family. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, kindly do so that you don't miss any of the great projects that I have planned for you. Thank you for watching my video. Have a good day and goodbye.